Welcome to Talking Threads. My name is Kathleen Jantz-Koprivnik, and I will be your host. In today's episode, we will focus on the traditional Scandinavian weave structure known as Krokbragd. Krokbragd is a weft-faced weave structure which is effectively double-sided, but the pattern only shows on one side. There are long weft floats on the reverse. It is threaded on 3 shafts, but in a 4-thread pattern repeat of 1, 2, 3, 2. The tread length never varies. It is always 1, 2, 3. The warp is Maysville cotton rug warp. The weft is Galway Irish from Plymouth Yarn Company. I wound a 3-yard warp at 8 ends per inch and placed them 1 per dent in an 8-dent reed. Width in the reed is 39 inches. I used a heddle hook to bring the ends through the heddles, and then I used a reed hook to bring the ends through the reed. You'll also need 3 shuttles to weave 1 row of Krokbragd. Be sure to use a floating selvage on each side of your weaving. I find it helpful to tie and weight my floating selvages separately, and since I have a number of knitting machines, I simply borrow the claw weights. One of my friends and co-workers has a hot rod. It's decked out in navy, red, white, and purple. He asked if I could weave a blanket to put in the back seat of his car in those same colors. Galway Irish has approximately 225 yards per each skein and is a worsted weight wool. You'll notice that as I started a new color, I'm also burying the tail. You'll also need to use a very heavy beat. I tend to use a double beat. Beat, chain shed, beat. Sometimes the shaft on a loom will stick. There's nothing wrong with convincing it that it wants to return to its normal position. Some attribute the origins of Krokbragd to the Swedish, while others attribute the origins to the Norwegians. In either event, Krokbragd is a traditional Scandinavian weave. You'll find you have fewer complications if you weave the design so that the pattern side is face up. To do this, tie shafts 1 and 2 to treadle 1. Tie shafts 2 and 3 to treadle 2. Tie shafts 1 and 3 to treadle 3. The treadling is always 1, 2, 3. In order to weave one row of Krokbragd, you need to send all 3 shuttles from one side to the other. The order in which the colors are placed will determine the pattern. And the order in which the colors are rotated will determine the design. Be sure to advance your warp frequently. When working with multiple shuttles, it really helps to have a logical order, both in throwing the shuttle and in placement of the shuttle after use. I tend to put the shuttles on the weaving with the first shuttle thrown being toward the reed and the last shuttle thrown being closest to the weaver. This ensures that the edges have a uniform appearance and that the threads are consistently wrapped around each other in the same direction. Others may place the shuttles so that the first thrown is closest to the weaver and the last thrown is closest to the beater. Both methods are correct. Whichever method you select, the main thing is that you remain consistent. I invite you to try Krokbragd for yourself. The design possibilities are almost limitless. Krokbragd has many uses. They can be used for wall hangings, blankets, rugs, and tote bags. For example, my friend Heidi Brown wove this tote bag for her daughter. If you change the set and the thickness of the yarn that you're using, you can make jewelry, keychains, and even refrigerator magnets. My friend Georgine Curran used sewing thread to make these pieces. Just take a look. I'll continue weaving on this blanket until it reaches the desired length. After the blanket is cut off the loom, I'll bury the ends and wet finish the whole project. After that, his gift will be ready. See you next time on Talking Threads.